All right, A&M adds former five-star Micah Hudson to the team from Texas Tech through the transfer portal, according to Hayes Fawcett of On3 Sports. And man, this is a big one. A&M needed to add some pieces to the receiver room, and this really elevates the ceiling of that room. You lose Ja'Day Walker, you lose Cyrus Allen, you lose Moose Muhammad, you lose Jabri Barber, and you also just needed to add sheer, explosive, and high-level talent to the room, and you accomplish all of that with Micah Hudson. Now, he doesn't come with extensive college experience, didn't play much his freshman year at Texas Tech, kind of behind the eight ball due to an injury that kind of got him behind in the rotation, a very veteran receiver room at Texas Tech, a good room. But he comes to Texas A&M and he brings that pedigree from high school where he checked every box there really is for a receiver at 6 foot 195. Not huge size, not small, but from all accounts, just a very physical, willing blocker, can get jump contested balls. He's done it several times against double coverage in high school. He can also just make people miss and has breakaway speed. It's really a game-changing talent that you add to the room. So you have Noah Thomas, you have Terry Bussey, you have Jerome Miles coming in. Now you have Micah Hudson and a plethora of young talent in the room, including Isaiah Williams, Ernest Campbell, Ashton Bethel-Roman. And all of a sudden, the potential, the future, the ceiling of this receiver room, well, that's really creeping up right now. Because if you look at it, and if you want to quantify it this way, you have 3 5-star talents, all going to be super young players, 2 sophomores, 1 true freshman in Jerome Miles next year. Then you have your senior leader in Noah Thomas, and then you have a bunch of other young guys who knows who can make a name for themselves. This is how college sports work. Could it be an Ashton Bethel-Roman? Could it be an Isaiah Williams? You have all of that stuff that could step up next year. But again, it's a young room. So A&M still has some more work to do. They really elevated the ceiling of the room. Well, now it's time to go push that floor up too. You got to go find a Nick Anderson. You got to find a way to change that KC Concepcion momentum that Bama has right now. You got to go find someone that has some college experience because, again, that's the thing with Micah Hudson. It's basically, it feels like the Des Ricks grab last year a little bit. You had Des Ricks coming off of the redshirt season, a 5-star talent at Bama. You get him. He's a year into the college weight room, a year into the college routine. You feel better about that. You're getting a little bit of that level of experience. You're not getting on the field experience. And we saw with Des Ricks, there was a little bit of a ramp up there. There was a little bit of a progression. You took some lumps with this play, but you clearly saw the upside in coverage. And I think you might see that in a guy like Micah Hudson, but the talent is undeniable. And it's just what you need. Because remember last season, when you're talking about game changers on the field, skill positions that can strike fear into the hearts of defenses, receivers that can really make safeties kind of think twice about selling out for that run, you didn't have that. And your best talent with the ball in his hand was Le'Veon Moss, and you lost him because he was really your only go-to guy consistently. Well, it looks like you have a bunch of guys that could all of a sudden become guys that just can change games on a given play. Guys that can just get open on a dime and just be a consistent, reliable threat for a quarterback. Marcel Reed surely will be happy about this one. I'm sure he's been in the know. I'm sure he's talking to these guys. Really, really good for this offense, but the work's not done. But let's talk real quick about the defensive addition you had today, too, and Julian Humphrey out of Georgia, comes with a bunch of college experience. And it's a corner room that I've talked about as being okay as is. You have Des Ricks coming back. He's a young guy. He's going to get better and better. We saw some good stuff from him this year. And then you get your best coverage guy and Will Lee back next year. You bring your third guy in the rotation, the guy that kind of slotted in for either one when they took a seat, and that was Javen Thomas. And now you add another rotational piece to the room. You're 4, strong at corner right now, at outside corner. And then you potentially have Tyreek Chappelle coming back in nickel. You got to figure some stuff out at safety. Some of those guys, didn't have the endings to their seasons that we would have hoped for, like a Dalton Brooks, who has all the talent in the world, but just kind of made some mistakes down the stretch. You need to get that fixed up. But your corner room, your nickel, that feels superb right now. It feels deep right now. It feels like you can move things around, and that's really good. So A&M finds themselves hot on the recruiting trail only about a little bit over a week into this transfer portal window, and you got to believe there's a lot more to come. You got to believe there's another receiver. You got to believe they're going to get some defensive linemen, some defensive ends. You got to believe there's another tight end out there for A&M. And now you instill a little bit of confidence into that Holman-Wiggins receiver room. Got a little bit of flack for not capitalizing on some of these early visits, but sometimes these things take time, as this latest commit really indicated that Micah Hudson just had to sit on that thing for a few days. Maybe some NIL battling going on too. Who knows what all went into this, but they get him. And Holman-Wiggins proved that he is capable of getting these guys that everybody wants, and you got to go get a couple more. So, guys, who's on your wish list? Who else do you want to see? Again, Concepcion not really leaning our way right now. There's a couple like Carver still out there. Nick Anderson's out there. You got some options. More guys are entering the portal pretty much every day. So there's a lot more for A&M to do, and we will see it happen. You're 4 strong in portal commits as of now. So guys, thanks for watching. Drop your thoughts on Micah Hudson, the room. Drop your thoughts on the corner room. And then again, like I said, drop your thoughts on what you want to add to the team beyond that. Thanks for watching, guys. Gig 'em.